Hi, I'm KMJ. I'm gonna review Michael Jackson's Wanna Be Startin Somethin performance in Bremen, Germany on August 8th, 1992. I'm gonna tell you what I like and what I don't like by splitting my review into multiple categories, which is movement, which are dancing, gestures and facial expressions, vocals, energy/attitude, instrumentation and sound mix, makeup and hairstyle, cinematography, the vibe, and finally my overall thoughts alongside a ranking from 1 to 10. Let's get to it. Movement. I love the dancing a lot during this performance because 1. There's a lot, and 2. The dancing has a lot of strength to it. The combos he does are really cool and actually are reminiscent of his style of dancing later on the tour, specifically during September, like during the Paris show. However, there is something I don't like, and that's because there is one moment where there's a lack of dancing. After the song resumes, Michael usually does the James Brown shuffle, and by usually I'm only talking about doing this tour and not talking about previous or later tours, even though this applies to the history tour as well. He does not do that movement here, and it really does not sit right with me. The lack of move catches me off guard because I am still expecting him to do the move even though I know he's not going to. I do not like it. But, however, it is really my only problem with his movement here. He dances so much, so frequently, like every time he doesn't sing, he's dancing. Even when he is singing, he's dancing. It's just so lovely. I also really like his expressions during this performance. Here are some of the moments I really like. Movement gets an 8 out of 10, pretty great. Vocals. The song is performed at a lower key than the previous performances of the song during this tour, meaning Michael will have deeper vocals. Now, whether you like this or not, it really depends on what kind of MJ enjoyer you are. If you adore and prefer album vocals, then this performance is most likely not for you. However, if you like MJ's live voice, especially during his later tours, because you maybe like the vocals because they sound different from the album, or just really like the live vocals in general, then I say you're in for a treat, because MJ's voice is somewhat raspy here, and again, deeper. Vocals are really loud when they need to be, like here. But also still while maintaining that Wanna Be Startin Somethin essence with the low vocals almost out of breath style singing. Then you're really gonna love this, I imagine. Personally, I love MJ's vocals live, whether he's singing accurately to the album or the complete opposite, raspy vocals, laryngitis vocals, and etc. The only vocals I don't like are tired vocals. A good example is the Billie Jean performance in Copenhagen 1992, but I'll touch on that another time. Vocals get an 8 out of 10. Energy/attitude. Michael has a lot of electric energy here. There's a lot of dancing, and not just that, he really feels like he's enjoying this song a lot, and one of the reasons why is probably because the song is now played at a lower key compared to previous performances of the song from the tour, meaning he can sing more comfortably and not worry about straining his voice, and add a good portion of dancing in as well. 10 out of 10. Instrumentation and sound mix. Here's my biggest problem with this performance. The instrumentation isn't really that great, but it's not just for this song, it's throughout the entire show. Michael and the band made some instrumental changes around this time, and I don't know when specifically, but I just know that I do not like the instrumental sound of Bremen, Hamburg and Hamelin, which are all shows right after each other. The sound mix during this pro-shot recording is also just really lackluster. A lot of the instruments just seem really low or even buried beneath the drums, bass and vocals. 1 out of 10. Makeup and hairstyle. Makeup is really sharp, looks really good, really highlights his expressions throughout the song as usual. The hairstyle is also just really great. A lot of semi-thick hair strands coming down across the right side of his face. Just look how spectacular it looks here. But because there's near to no hair coming down across the left side of his face, it looks a little lacking sometimes. But the Dangerous Tour in general really just has this hairstyle, where his hair comes down the right side of his face and just becomes longer and longer throughout the tour. But then we get to the Tokyo 1992 shows, and then there he sports hairstyles where he has hair coming down across both his right side and left side of his face, which just fixes all my issues with the Dangerous Tour hairstyle. Not that I have a main issue with it or big issue, it's just there's a small thing I don't like and I just mentioned that. Also, Tokyo 1992 just has my favorite hairstyle ever, so there you go. Anyways, let's get back on track. Makeup and hairstyle gets a 7 out of 10. Cinematography. The majority of the camera work is fantastic here. There is one moment where they show close-up of Michael and you miss the spin that he does, or you don't miss it but you don't see the footwork of it. However, because the quality is outstanding, I don't mind this camera shot that much because, you know, the quality is great and he looks great, so it's fine. And it is really my only disliked camera shot here. All in all, it doesn't bother me enough to sink the rating. Therefore, I give it a 10 out of 10 because it's the only camera shot I don't like is that one. So, yeah. Vibe. I often find myself just listening or watching this performance because it has a really good groovy vibe to it. It's performed at a sundown, so it has a red/orange warm tint to it. Michael looks fantastic. He seems really glad to be performing this song in a lower key, and there's a lot of amazing dancing as well. I love it, and I enjoy it a lot because everything just really flows well together. 10 out of 10. And now, finally, we've arrived at my overall thoughts and the final score. This song is one of the few highlights from this show. Mostly the show is pretty mid and not that interesting whatsoever compared to shows from the same tour. In retrospect, really the main highlight from this show is this song. The overall rating of this performance is 7.7 out of 10. Now I want to hear your thoughts on this performance. Tell me in the comments below, I would love to read them. Anyways, thank you so much for sticking through the video, I really hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more Michael Jackson videos, but also other videos about Spider-Man and other games I find intriguing in the future. See you next time.